today I'm going to be showing you guys the best Battlefield 6 settings for performance, FPS, and keeping a little bit of quality. Alright guys, now before we get into the settings here, I do want to preface that this is not for best quality. If you guys want your game to look the best it can, then obviously crank those settings up, but this is for people that have low-end PCs or are getting very low FPS and are just struggling to play in general. This also might fit for people who are competitive and would just love the best FPS possible, so let's get right into it. The first thing that we're going to need to do is come up to the very top here and select the settings cog icon, and then on the left-hand side, we're going to select the graphics category. Once you have this screen up, we're going to look for the word graphics and select it. This is actually a button that will bring up a bunch more options. Now, since we want the max amount of FPS, but the best quality at the same time, starting things off for texture quality and texture filtering, we're going to leave both of them on high. Now, for every other option on this page, from mesh quality all the way down to sun shadow quality, I want you to go ahead and turn them down to low. Like I said, this is for maximum performance. Once your screen now looks like this, we are going to scroll down on that same page to reveal some more options, and we are now going to turn all of these down to low or off. Whatever the lowest option is, that is what we're going to select here. Now for shadow filtering, just leave that as PCF. Once again, feel free to pause and copy, but let's move on. From here, we are now going to click the back arrow or escape if you guys are on keyboard until we are now in this menu again, and go a little bit further down until we see the word advanced. Once again, click on it to reveal some more options. Okay, starting at the very top, fixed resolution scale, we are going to leave at 100. Frame rate limiter, we're not going to mess with at all, just leave it off. Now for NVIDIA reflex low latency, you can either have enabled or enabled plus boost. Whatever one works better for you, just go with that option. For now, try enabled plus boost. Okay, now this next option is also going to be hit or miss. For the upscaling technique, for most of you that have like a lower end PC, you're going to want to keep this off. Once you do turn that off, some of these other options might come into effect, but just copy what I have. It shouldn't have changed too much here. For anti-aliasing, we're going to change that to off, and then in brackets it will say experimental. NVIDIA frame generation off, future frame rendering off, and performance overlay also off. So if you've copied this right, this is how it should now look. Like I said, with DLSS, if you guys have any idea what DLSS is, you might use it in every other game you play, but if you're in a very low end PC, this option might not even be a thing. If you do have it, it means you have an RTX 20 series card or higher. Try it out. If you have, say, like a 2080, maybe try the upscaling quality performance mode. If you have like a 50 series card, then you could probably use DLSS and just go quality. I myself do like to have it on, and I normally go with the balance mode, and I'm on a 4070 card. Okay, so we are done in this menu. Time to go back again, and we are now going to go to the visuals tab. Once you're in this, just scroll down until you reveal the camera settings, and it's time to adjust these so we can get a better look of the game. Starting with field of view at the very top, it's set to 90. The lower the number, the more zoomed in you are, like the closer you feel to the screen. A sweet spot just to try is 100. This will kind of expand the area around you, allowing you to see more. For the vehicle third person, just leave that at like 80. Weapon field of view, we're going to keep that on wide. Now these next few options are preference, but most people turn these motion blur all the way down just because it gives them some kind of motion sickness, and it just is not pleasant at all. Also, for the camera shake amount, if you guys are wanting a realistic feel to the game, then keep it very high, but if you're wanting a competitive advantage, put it all the way down to 20. Now for the final three options, we have chromatic aberration, turn it off. Vignette or vignette, however you say it, you want that off as well, and then film grain, definitely turn that one off. This is going to give you the clearest image possible, and it's easy to do. Alright, other than that, the only other things that you could probably do from this point is just go to the display tab. If you have two monitors, it's probably best to play on borderless if you're tabbing all the time, but if you do not have two monitors or don't tab out all the time, full screen will always give you the best performance possible. Then just make sure that your right monitor is selected, the resolution is correct, aspect ratio is set to auto, refresh rate should also match your monitor. If you have a 144 Hz and it's only set to something like 60, it's going to perform much choppier and just feel terrible. VSync in this instance is currently on. I haven't seen any problems with keeping it on in the moment. Most people actually do turn this off the second they load up a game, so that one is one you can just try out. If it works good with it on, just leave it. If you're having problems, try it off and it might fix what you're having problems with. But that's pretty much it. Everything else you guys can go through yourself. There are a bunch of settings in this game like audio, controls, everything like that. If you want a video for like controller settings or the best sensitivity, just to give you guys an idea of what you should be looking for, then let me know. But yeah, enjoy some gameplay of what these settings look like. Like I said, it's not for optimal visuals. If you want the best visuals and don't mind low FPS, then that is fine. Just go ahead and turn up what you need to get your desired effect. This is going to give you max FPS, max performance, and that competitive edge when it comes to seeing people. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys later. Peace.